So hello, my name's Rob and this is Cow Rabbit Scale Model Studios, and in this video I'm going to show you how to get seam lines that look like this and turn them into ones that look like this. Really easy to do. Let's get started. Okay, so seam lines. They're absolutely everywhere on models, and if you are a beginner or you don't know what to do with them, they can kind of make or break a model. You've got this big line running down, you know, a nice cape or something, and it does detract from the painting. However, there is a really easy way to fix this, and in this video I'm going to show you how I do a lot of mine. This is great because you can do this during the assembly stage. This is like an old trick that I learned when I started doing scale models, when I started doing Gundams, and it's something that I've continuously done. Now, you are going to need a few things. Here you can see I've got some files. These were about £3. You get a round one, a triangle one with a nice fine blade on, which is the one I'll use for this. And you also get a really kind of coarse one, which, as you can see, has had plenty of wear over the years. The other thing you will need is, I like to use this, which is Tamiya Extra Thin Cement, but any thin cement will probably work. This is my old reliable. I've always used this one, but this is what I'm going with. Plus, I think it's a really good glue as well, so I tend to use it a lot, especially when I kit bash. So for this video, all I'm going to use is the fine file and this glue. Now, I will say this is very beginner friendly. This is very easy to achieve. However, if you are looking to improve or develop, I would probably definitely look into gap filling and green stuff, just purely because it's going to be better for you in the long run. However, I've always considered myself a hobbyist before anything else. This method works for me, but there's a lot more out there. But just because someone in the comments will go, oh, you should learn to do green stuff. Yes, I probably should. Yes, you probably should if that's what you want to do. However, this is just as good. So to begin with, all I've got is this plasma gun off of the Dreadnought, and there's a massive seam line down the top of it. And just on this bit here, I'm going to show you what to do. So all I do to begin with is I just effectively just paint it on. Now, because of the way this glue works, it works in our favour. The way this glue works is it melts the plastic together. So not only do you get a stronger bond, it will actually melt these seam lines together. Now, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to paint it on. As you can see, I'm just going to focus on this little top bit and this bit at the end here. But I'm just going to pop it on. I'm not being, too shy about it, but I'm not trying to let it spill over into other things. I'm going to let it dry just for a couple of minutes, and this stuff, it's a bit of an evaporative, so it dries really quickly. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my fine file and I'm just going to really gently run it over that section. Just back and forth. And you can already see in the middle section here, it's almost effectively like filing out the seam line, because what we're doing is we're melting the plastic together, neatening it up with the file, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to repeat the process. And normally 2 or 3 passes with this method is good enough to get rid of a seam line. As you'll see, every time it's melted, it kind of closes it a bit more. You run your file over, and that's it. That's really all it is to this method. You just repeat these 2 steps, bit of glue, file it, bit of glue, file it, until you're happy with the results. I do find on curved surfaces it works quite well, but as you can see here, I've done about 3 passes and I've got quite a flat finish. Now, it does look like there's a bit of a seam line here. Don't worry. When you tend to see the glue almost look like it's bubbling out, that means you've done it. You're not going to get a seam line really. And that's what I tend to use as a rule of thumb. You can do this as many times as you want. Obviously, just be really light with the file. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to give it a quick spray. And I've just given it a quick blast with Mechanica Standard Grey. And as you can see, we've got no seam line. And that's it. That's literally all there is to it. It's a really easy method, and I find seam lines can sometimes really trip people up, and it's just that little way of pushing your model a little bit further. Especially, I like this method because you can do it during the assembly phase. So that's it. Seam lines, they don't have to be complicated, but once again, I would say that this is a good method, but there's definitely other ones out there. But it's a good first step nonetheless. Look, that's it from me in this one. This was just a quick one because I have had a few people ask me how I do mine, and I thought this was quite achievable. So there we go. I'm off to wash my hands. God bless. See you all next time.